Hey, Nicole here. So this is the video for those of you who are looking to seduce a Scorpio, sun, moon, or rising sign. Now, if you don't know what your partner or lover, love interest, sun, moon, or rising are, go to the link I've included. You want to look at somebody's sun, moon, and rising, all three, to give you the most kind of overall picture of what they need. So, Scorpio, we are now stepping into the waters of Plutonian energy, okay? Scorpio is a water sign. This is a fixed sign. This means these are people who have a fixed nature to them. And these people, they're ruled by Pluto, the god of the underworld, as well as traditionally by Mars. As we know, Pluto is now a dwarf planet, but at any rate, it holds space in the collective unconscious for whatever reason, how astrology works. And it is actually considered, what's fascinating is Pluto is considered one of the most powerful planets in astrology, yet it's a dwarf planet. And if another object came into its, orbit, it could be knocked out of its orbit, right? Which is kind of perfect because, as we'll see with a Scorpio, people who have Plutonian tendencies have these tendencies to put up this facade, right? They like to play mind games. And what's at the root of it is they like to feel like they have control. They feel safest when they have control over themselves, and then they will project that out into the environment and the people around them. They like to have control over the people around them. They can sometimes on the shadow side resort to emotional manipulation of those that they love. And a lot of times, like I have my best male friend, is a Scorpio, like a quadruple Scorpio, all in the 8th house, which is a Scorpio house. So he's as Scorpio as they come. And the first 2 years of our friendship, he was such a pain in my ass. Like, we'd be really good friends one week, and then another week he would just be gone or mad at me for something. I didn't even know what I did. And, so tough nut to crack. And then once he finally softened, we had a few things happen, some crises in both of our lives, and that's how we kind of came together. And that's how it works with Scorpios. Scorpio rules sexuality and death and these intense life experiences. If you go through some type of a crisis with a Scorpio, you're then bonded with that person, okay? Or if they see the true you on the inside, the part that's damaged and hurt and that's real, then they will appreciate you in a whole new way. But initially, you just need to be prepared for that fixed nature. They're quite stubborn. They take their time, their sweet time, and that's just how it is. So in order to really seduce one, Scorpios like mystery. They're quite, this is the zodiac sign that rules sexuality and death, and so these are dangerous topics, right? They like a partner that's a little bit dangerous and has that air of mystery to them, okay? When I think of the archetype Scorpio, I think of somebody in black. That's in fact, a lot of the Scorpio men that I know wear a lot of black. And it's this interesting energy, this vibe that's like that they're comfortable going places a lot of people aren't comfortable going. They're comfortable tackling topics that have to do with sexuality and death and the taboo in ways that other people are not so comfortable. So if you're not comfortable with those things, by the way, you should not even be trying to seduce one of these people, because guaranteed it's going to be part of your life, okay? Now, high side of Scorpio, these are extraordinary, sensitive, caring, and loyal people. Very sensitive. You can hurt their feelings quite easily and not even know, because they also, just like Pluto, that little planet that could get knocked off its course so easily, they actually have this like facade of toughness, but and they're quite secretive. They don't really want to let anybody inside, because it's like the Wizard of Oz, the guy that's like pulling the strings, and he's like a little different than maybe what they play on the outside. Just know with a Scorpio inside, they are really magnanimous, beautiful, compassionate people. And so there's that. So hang in there. They're worth waiting for the most part, as long as you have a healthy Scorp. If you've got a toxic Scorp that's doing a lot of manipulating, mind playing, they can even be abusive, in all ways. I mean, any sign can, but Plutonian energy, Plutonian and Martian energy together can be a little bit volatile. So, but keep the mystery up. Be real, be honest about how you feel. It's okay to express your emotions. They do love a Pisces, right? So Pisces is like the mermaid, like she's this nebulous creature. So if you can do the nebulous thing and be like here one day and here another and like a little flutterby kind of a thing, then go for it. They'll like that. That'll be fascinating to them. But for the most part, also the one other thing is to be comfortable with, like I said earlier, these topics of death, sexuality, transformation, rebirth. These will be things that interest a Scorpio, okay? So anything that has to do with like the phoenix, that's Scorpio material. All right, enjoy, they're fun.